Hey everyone, we are so excited for Audition Week. It's one of our most favorite weeks of the year. We get to see everyone dance and improve and grow and work really hard, and we just can't wait to see how the week turns out. So auditions are Thursday and Friday, and depending on what group your dancer is in, so make sure you look at your schedule. We want everyone's hair up for auditions. Make sure it's nice and neat, and whether it's a high pony, low pony, braid, bun, just something that's clean and neat, and so their hair's not just, distracting while they're dancing. Makeup is optional. That's totally up to you. We do not prefer full stage makeup. We will not have full stage lighting, so it's a little unnecessary. But if you want to put some color on your dancer's face, whatever, makes them feel like they look their best and they look the part, and they feel good about themselves. So whatever your comfort level is fine. That's between you and your dancer. Black dance wear, so mostly black. If there's, a white little Nike logo or Under Armour logo or something like that, that's totally fine. We just want mostly black. It's easier to watch them dance together. Just the same reason why they get the same costume. When they get on stage, they're all wearing the same thing, and it just looks more uniform, and they look better dancing together if they're dressed the same. So that could be black sports bra, black shorts, black leotard, dance shorts, black leggings, anything form-fitted. Please don't come in a baggy t-shirt, even if it's a Studio South t-shirt. So no gym shorts. We'd rather them be dance shorts. Let's see. I'm going through my list here. Shoes. Okay, we know some of your dancers, a lot of our dancers have outgrown their shoes. If they have shoes, even if they have to squeeze into them, we would prefer them to have their tap shoes for their tap audition and their jazz shoes for their jazz audition. But we know everybody's kind of struggling, so that will not be held against your dancer. But if they have them, we want them to wear them. For everyone doing hip hop, you need tennis shoes. That's going to be, minis are not doing hip hop. Petites, juniors, teens, and seniors are. We will have a shoe day in the next couple of weeks where we can size and order your shoes. We do it after auditions because once, like a different class might need a different pair of shoes. So this class might need black tap shoes and this class might need tan tap shoes. We don't want you to invest any money and it turn out to be you need a different pair, a different kind than what you just bought. So we know everybody's just trying to deal with what they have until audition or until shoe day. Okay, we want the girls to arrive early, and so they're fully prepared and not, running in kind of frazzled because you're running late, and I know how that is, and that's really hard to be on time sometimes, but try to shoot for, at least 10 minutes early. That way they get in here, they put their stuff up, they, touch up whatever they need to touch up, and they're good to go and relaxed and ready and not frazzled. They will have a number. We will give them a number, and we are going to especially remind our little ones how important it is to remember their number. If for some reason they forget their number, make sure you let us know. Petites and up, there should be no issues with them remembering. And the reason for that is when we release our auditions, well, first that'll be the order they audition in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But when we release our audition results, we don't list names. We do it by numbers. So it'll say mini SSDA mini company. It's going to be, you'll see number 1, number 16, number 22. Or that's how you know what group your dancer was placed in, or if they got any extra routines. So the number is super important. Auditions are closed to parents. We love you very, very much. But this is just between us and our dancers. And again, we love you, mean it. But no parents at auditions, please. We typically run on time. There have been a few times where we run late. We have kids we want to see this group together and this group together. Just know that if we're running behind, it's because we're trying to give everyone the opportunity to show us the best that they have. If we're running very much behind, we will definitely communicate that with you. but typically we try to run on time. We are bringing in judges, and they give us honest feedback. They're nothing to, scare the kids. It's just great to have someone from the outside coming in and seeing your kids, and they're rooting for your kids as well. I am going to release the competition contract tonight. It might be a little later than I expected, but rest assured I'm working as fast as I can on it. I just want to make sure I give you the right numbers for all the financial side of it and give you as much information as I can possibly give you before you come to audition, or dancer comes to audition, so you know exactly, for the most part, what all is involved. Your dancer will need to bring her signed contract to auditions. I will have some extras printed out just in case you don't have a printer or something like that, but if you do, go ahead and print it off and send it in with your dancer. It's going to require your dancer signature and your signature as well, because we know it's commitment for the parents and as well as the dancer. So make sure that you send that in. Results will be released on the Google Drive. It'll be a document. Like when you go in now, you see minis, petites, juniors, teens, seniors. You see all those folders. You'll see a document and it says audition results. It's not going to be inside of a folder. It will be by itself so that everyone can easily access it. We hope to have audition results up by Monday at the latest. We know everyone is so anxious to get those results, so we really, really try hard. There have been times where we've had it up the night of, but Monday at the latest. So just keep checking back. But again, we know they're anxious to know, and we get so excited to, let them see the results of their hard work this week. And then after auditions, we will have a finalized schedule. It's just kind of hard we know, Monday's going to be the bulk of the dance classes, and then Thursday's going to be some of the extra classes, but we can't really narrow it down until we know exactly what the groups are, and then we can put it into the schedule, and you'll have definite times for everything. Okay, let's talk about placement for a few minutes. I want you to know that we love your dancers. All of our staff members love your dancers. We want to see them succeed and thrive and grow and shine, and we want to make sure that we put them in an environment that's going to do that for them, and lots and lots and lots of thought goes into where your dancer is placed. We bring in judges that give us honest feedback. It's just good to have a fresh eye. Maybe they see something we didn't see, but at the end of the day, we want your dancer to thrive and be in an environment that allows them to do so. There's a few spots your dancer will go through while at the studio, and they may go through them different times. Sometimes they might be the younger kid, the new kid on the block, the one who's learning the ropes and, working really, really hard and has to put in lots of extra work to keep up and all that good stuff. And then sometimes your kid might be the older dancer in the class who has been at this for years and is just solid and, got it going on. Sometimes your dancer will fall somewhere in the middle as a solid that, they're working really hard. It's coming easier to them and they're on their way up. And it's very important that your dancers go through all of those steps. Again, it can happen multiple times. Sometimes they end up on the younger end. Think of it as in high school. You've got your 9th graders and you've got your 12th graders, and your 9th grader just keeps on, climbing up to the 12th grade. It's just a little different and not so clean cut with dance. It's based on, not just your grade level, but, your maturity level, your ability level, and what's your leadership look like. And it's based on the group of kids. We want a group of kids that gel together. There's got to be leaders in the class, and there's got to be, those that are working really, really hard, and they just kind of all mesh together and meet in the middle when everyone carries their weight. And unfortunately, there are always a few disappointments at the end of audition week, and a lot of times it has nothing to do with your dancer's dance ability or anything they messed up on or anything they're just not good at. Sometimes they get so focused on the groups that maybe so-and-so made, or gosh, I really wanted a hip hop group and I didn't make it. Well, your dancer may have done amazing at the hip hop audition, but there wasn't 4 or 5 other kids that did that would be a good cohesive group to do a hip hop number, you know. Or your dancer might be thinking in the back of her head, man, I really, really want a jazz trio with so-and-so. Well, maybe those two just don't really, they both might be great dancers, but they just don't match well. Sometimes there's just so many things that have to match up for a group to come together. So just know it's typically not anything your kid did wrong or your dancer did wrong or didn't do, or they didn't, you know, they feel disappointed because they worked so hard in tap and they got so much better in tap this week, but then we didn't even do a tap small group. Well, that's okay, because guess what? Everybody got better at tap this week, even though we didn't get to do a small group because there just wasn't a small group that fit together. So we love to move kids up. We love it. We know they're going to be excited, but that is not what it's all about. They get caught up and I want to be in this group and I want to be in the junior group and I want to dance with so-and-so. It might not be time for them to move up and do that. Maybe this is the year they stay where they are and they become a star, you know, and then they've got that confidence to go up to that next level, maybe the next year. We never want to hurt anyone's feelings. We never intentionally want to disappoint anyone. We always feel like at the end of auditions that everyone has something that they can be really excited about, but sometimes they overlook that because they're focused on what maybe they did not get. So let's be positive about our dancers' placement. And I want you to know that I do not take this job lightly. Logan does not. No one on our staff does. It's hours and hours of conversations, and we know them and we see them in class and we see them working hard. And so it's not always that they just didn't work hard enough or they weren't good enough. Maybe we want a year to build that confidence, you know? So just know there are a lot of things that we think about, and we have to think about the group and not just the one dancer, but we think about both of those things. We look at the individual, we look at the group, and we try to make the best decision for the collective whole. And we want to give them routines that they're going to be comfortable with and that they're going to succeed in and not struggle in. Okay, change of scenery. I had to come home in the middle of making this video, so now I'm at my house. But I just want to encourage everyone to be positive about the placement of your dancer. And if you have any real concerns, please reach out to me, and I'll be happy to talk through it. We certainly don't want to overlook anyone or anything. But I very much appreciate you coming to me or us, respectfully, of course, and let's not go to a friend or our child. Part of the culture of our studio is positivity. We don't want any, negative things going on behind the scenes. So we very much appreciate you refraining from that. And we just want to remain positive and it be a great experience for our kids. Okay, next up, we want to talk about attendance and how important it is. It's very hard to teach or clean and do formations if someone is absent. We were a little slack about attendance last year because of COVID. We are cracking down again. We're hoping for a much more normal season this year. If your dancer has to miss practice, please let us know in advance via email. If you just tell me, I am totally listening to you, but I have a lot going on in my brain, as we all do. We're all moms and, work and home and kids. Sometimes I forget. And also I use my phone for all my music. So a lot of times when you guys text, most of you have a 9 to 5 or, teacher schedule. When you text me, I'm in dance class and I use all my phone for music. And so if I see that it's not something that is urgent or that I have to see about right away, I just swipe it up and come back to it later. Sometimes I forget to come back to it. So please email us in advance as soon as you know that your dancer will be absent from a practice or anything like that. Attendance is mandatory on a weekly basis. They're Monday classes. If they're required a second day, those classes are mandatory as well. We do allow some flex room there. They have so many days they can miss. So kind of pick and choose when you're, if you're planning vacations or there's, softball or cheer or whatever it is going on. Work that into those, save up those flex hours if you need them. And once those are gone, we'll work on private lessons. And the reason for that is it would not be fair for everyone in the group to be putting in all this class time and, so-and-so's consistently missing and doesn't know the routine and we're having to back up because they haven't been here. Our recital team classes are a little more laid back with attendance. It's definitely more recreational, but this is a time commitment and it's a commitment on a weekly basis. Practice is mandatory, rehearsal is mandatory, competitions and recitals and all of that good stuff. And I will give you a schedule for the entire year by September the 1st. So you'll have every date that I know that I can put on that calendar. That's going to include our competitions. It's going to include a fall convention. It's optional, encouraged but optional. You'll have I think we have 3 Saturday practice dates in the spring, and that's it. So you'll know those 3 Saturdays going into it, and we really, really value your breaks from school and your family time, and we know those are times where you are trying to plan a mini vacation or, a ski trip or a Disney trip or whatever it might be. We work around 4 or 5 different spring breaks. Why in the world we're not all on the same spring break, I don't know. But we even though we're in Candler County, we look at all the different school systems and we really, really try so hard to value your time off of school so that you can be with your family. I want to be with my family too. So just know that we have looked at all possibilities and we work around the school schedule, and our competitions are based on what dates they're in this location. Is it going to work with, this school has prom and there goes our seniors. So just know that we have taken all those things into consideration as much as we possibly can with the information we have at hand right now. I forgot to say about the email notification. If there's a true emergency, please text me. And I understand there are emergencies. If you go pick your kid up at school, she's throwing up at 2:30, please don't send her to dance. And you can just send me a text, because once I get to class, I'm not going to be checking my email anyway. So feel free to do that. Just let that not be the norm, to, really think ahead and send that email so that I can, have it on paper, basically. Let's see. I think that's it. I'm looking at my list. I don't see anything else. Okay, so attendance. So important. So important. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is finances. You'll see most things listed out on the contract. I tried to list everything that I could foresee that might cost you anything. For your main classes, all your costume fees are included in your monthly tuition, so you don't have to ever come out of pocket for those costumes. There will every now and then be something that we ask you to purchase for your dancer that might be specific to a certain routine, like, hey, you guys need red bandanas for this. It's not necessarily a dance costume. We take care of all the dance costumes. And for instance, our seniors last year, they wore blue jeans for their tap number. So I sent them a link to Old Navy. Hey, everybody order these jeans. Well, I don't know what size everybody wears in Old Navy, and that's not like a small, medium, large kind of a thing. So everybody ordered their own jeans, and it's something that they would be able to reuse again. Another example would be, one year we ordered a black dress. I think it was last year. It was a black velvet dress, and it came with no bloomers underneath. So I sent a link for the girls to order some black dance shorts to go under that dress. And that's something also that they can use again. Or it might be, hey, get these hot pink hoop earrings for this hip hop number off of Amazon. But it's either going to be something that we feel like is street clothes, like overalls, jeans, or something that they'll be able to use, like the black dance shorts. Everybody needs a pair of those anyway, so here's the link, order yours. But for the most part, costumes are covered in your monthly tuition. That does not include solos, duos, trios, small groups, any of the extra stuff. But your small groups can, and any extra routines, can be rolled into your monthly tuition. You can pay for them in full. You know, this solo's gonna be, you know, X amount. I can either pay this amount in full and keep my monthly tuition where it is, or I can roll it into my monthly tuition and pay, you know, on it monthly. And it just, people prefer different things, and we try to work with everybody. So I'll be sure to reach out to you and make sure we're doing what you're comfortable with, and what can also work for us. We want everyone to have the opportunity to be on company if they want to. So we do provide some fundraising. It is optional, but we'll have one in the fall and one in the spring to supplement any of those competition fees and all that stuff. So we do try to provide avenues, because we know it can be a burden financially. You know, you've got your monthly tuition, and then you add in the competition fees, and we try to space it out, you know, so that you pay half of it here and half of it there, and this competition's paid for, you know, 2 months ahead of time, and all that good stuff. So we really, really try hard to make it as easy as possible. So just know we're happy to work with you on what works for you and your family, and what you would prefer. If you want to roll everything in, if you don't, that's fine too. Just know that you have options, and we're here to help you as best we can. So if you have any questions about auditions, please reach out. We wouldn't want someone to miss their time because they thought it was another group. Like, please ask us, so that we can, you know, reassure you or redirect you, whatever it may be. We are excited, and I hope I've covered everything and answered most of your questions. Again, just let me know if I haven't, and I will be happy to give you an answer if I have one. All right, thanks.